Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about Bollinger Bands. You can see these bands across my screen here. And let's see if I click update that you can see it better. So I can move the cursor a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So you see the red band on the top and the bottom. They're called Bollinger Bands. So they work really well because you can kind of see what is what referred to as a squeeze play and a potential move to the upside or downside before possibly a moving average crossover, like we've shared in the other videos. But let's kind of look at an example. Well, before I do that, let me give you the, if you're using stock charts, I hope you are, but we'll give you the overlays right here. So I use an exponential moving average of 10, so you're familiar with that. Bollinger Bands, you just click on that, and it defaults to 22. And then the simple moving average, I use a 50 as well, just to kind of know where the 50 is. So what this means is you'll see this kind of this dotted line. That is a 20-day moving average. So you still have the 10-day moving average and the 20-day moving average. The only difference is you have two bands. So let me kind of give you an example of how you could use this. And we're going to take today as an example. And today is August 25th. The market is Tuesday. The market was up 500 points in the morning, and then last 10 minutes of trading, it was down 200. So a 700 point move, crazy, right? So this was after the 1,000-point drop on Monday. The market's been in turmoil, and you can see here, we're just looking at a daily chart here. When these Bollinger Bands squeeze together, you can see the 10-day and the 20-day, the polka dotted line crossing, and then it went to the downside. So indicating a move in one direction or another. So it's either going to go up when they squeeze together or down in this. And usually if we use volume as a confirmation, what do we have here? Red, red. So this was your warning right here to start going short, to buy some puts. And if you did that, great. We did that on Thursday, and boom, capitalize on this opportunity. Now, we've got to kind of look at elsewhere. So again, this is Apple, but if we look at SPY, they'll probably look the same. Yep, they do. They look the same. So boom, going to the down area. So basically, if we look at Apple for today, and then let's use today we're trading throughout the day. Let's check a 5-minute screen. And then you can see how they squeeze together. So you can see when they squeeze together here, it's going to drop in one direction or the other. So in this case, it dropped in this direction. And right here, they squeeze together here, anticipating another move down. And so you could have played the move numerous times today. Again, what happened right here? This is the 5-minute chart, again, on Apple. So, from right here, it's either going to go up or it's going to go down. And because of the squeeze play right here, when the Bollinger Bands squeeze together, there's going to be a big move either to the upside or downside. And what happened? Big move to the downside, and then they came back up, they squeezed together again, and they went sideways, a major big squeeze, and then to the downside here, and then another squeeze here to the downside. Okay, so let's look at what I was trading today, SPYs. Okay, so we're looking at the SPYs. Even if I had the 1 minute going on, what's cool about stock charts is you can use a refresh. So every 15 seconds, it actually is showing me in pretty much real time what's going on. So what happened here? So I'll tell you what I did today. And I kind of have to use I believe I might have to use a 5-minute chart to show you the whole day. No, I got to use a 15-minute chart. Okay, so Yeah, this is the 15-minute chart. This is when it opened here. This isn't good enough for you guys to see, so let's use a 5-minute chart. Okay, close enough. So what I try to do during the day was I got squeezed out um, of my short, and then I got back in when, I believe in this sideways chop here, and then I kind of just held it down, and I had to put Hunter, our 2-year-old, to bed, and I kind of missed this final move to the downside. Um, but I got out with our puts on the SPYs. That's not a really good example. I'm trying to find you, give you a better example so you can actually see it. Let's see if I can run a 5-minute chart. You can see the really sporadic action. So these kind of close together, and this is basically the move up. They close together again, move down. They squeeze together again, and then they created this right here, squeeze together again right here, and then the final squeeze right here. So something to think about when using Bollinger Bands. So if we do use all the charts are going to look the same. So if I use Facebook, because we've had such a down move, but if we use here Facebook, so I mean a lot of people went long right here. However, if you're looking at it, what should have been our out with that big volume right here. And then look at this big move down here. So what do these Bollinger Bands do? They squeeze together, and then again, it's going to move to the either upside or downside when they squeeze together. So again, what do they do here? They squeeze together, and they moved up, and then they squeeze together here, and they made them in the move. So again, a squeeze right here to the downside. And again, this downside move doesn't look like much, but if you're trading options, if you're buying a put, you're going to make a lot of money percentage-wise. And then right here, a final squeeze right here. And you could use the 10 and the 20-day moving averages right here. So the 10-day is the blue one, and then the polka dotted one is the 20-day. So when these cross, that could have been your entry in. Okay, so then long, it's just riding the 10-day. It crossed. You can see here the 10-day crossed the 20-day moving average, indicating if you did want to go buy a put. The 10 and the 20-day crossover, you certainly could have, and you might have gotten in a little bit early on that, but then you could see the squeeze play setting up, which I saw, and boom, down, because it was reacting to the market. 3 out of 4 of the stocks will go in the direction of the market. Let me look at another one. So if we look at Amazon, okay, this is a better looking squeeze play. So look at this squeeze right here. Something's going to happen with this squeeze. It's really tight. And what happened? Boom. And then earnings? Boom. And then what happened? Another tight squeeze. Look how tight the squeeze is. Now with the market. Now I told a guy that coaching client, I said, I'm just going to buy some puts on Amazon. And and the reason why is because it was oversold. Again, if you watch some of the videos on the online class, the RSI, if it's above 70, it's overbought. And you can see that boom I knew it was overbought, so something's gonna happen. If the market collapses, this one's gonna go down hard. And what happened? Boom, went down, sliced through the 50-day moving average, the green line, and right now, as you can see, it's oversold. That's what it means when it's under 30. So Amazon's a good example. Let's look at Disney. Okay, squeeze right here, and then nice trend here. So this would have been 110 to 120. A 10-point move in options would have made you your month. Buying the calls. Again, when the 10-day crosses the 20-day moving average here, indicating your change in direction with some, you got to look at the volume right here. And not a lot of volume, but some. And then earnings came out, boom, they weren't good, and they crossed below the 50-day moving average, and I believe the 200-day moving average. If we take a look at it, yep. So if it's below the 200-day moving average, you got to be careful. So, and then what happened today? Disney finally bounced off of some I don't even know if that was support or whatever it was, or just oversold. I mean, look how oversold it is right here. So you're getting a bounce in Disney. A couple ones that I'm looking at right here are FXI, good volume, and this is China's index, just so you know. So and it's way oversold. So I am looking for a potential change in trend here in FXI. Let's look at Nike. Again, kind of squeeze together here, then down, squeeze here, move up, a little squeeze here, moved up. The tighter the squeeze is, the bigger the move. So just keep that in mind. So using Bollinger Bands, I use them a lot. Today when I was trading the SPYs, and I was using the 1 minute chart. I'll show you that. I was flipping back to the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and that doesn't go back that far for the in the beginning of the day, but pretty much it was trending sideways for most of the day, and then all of a sudden it broke. I was using the 5, the 10, and the 20. Okay, so and then it finally broke the moving averages here on bigger volume, and then it just went down. So really what it was doing all day long was trending sideways, and with a final move to the downside at the end of the day. If we look at a I'm sorry, that wasn't even a 1 minute chart. Let's look at a 5 minute chart though. Okay, this looks better. So so it had some rebounds, it failed, moved down, tried to rebound again, trending sideways, and at the end of the day, it started failing. So what I was doing was I was buying on the crossovers and watching that, and making my money. If I look at a 15-minute chart, okay, so basically right here, it gapped up, it opened up in the morning, and here's where I bought my first puts. I got stopped out around here, and then I reloaded my puts right around here because I wasn't doing anything. The lines finally crossed over, and it just kept on trending down for the whole day. So that's what I did today on the puts, and also a little class on Bollinger Bands. The market is definitely oversold, so I am looking at some possible trades to the upside tomorrow. I do like FXI. I'm not sure tomorrow or when I'm going to do it. I'll post it in our Facebook room, and I also will possibly try Apple tomorrow and see what I can do with Apple. At the end of the day, okay. Just with the market down, with all the volatility in the market, I did like, and it recaptured, as you can see in the last on today, it actually recaptured both the 5-day and the 10-day moving average. So we'll see if it can kind of get a bounce here and make some money to the upside for tomorrow. So with Apple, and it did get an upgrade, which is kind of nice today. So anyway, this is Jeff signing off. Have an awesome night, and hopefully you enjoyed the Bollinger Band talk. They can totally help. In fact, I was thinking about Bollinger Bands while a friend of mine, another coaching client, Craig, was training Apple. And if you were kind of paying attention to how the Bollinger Bands were reacting throughout the day, let's use a 10-minute chart. You can kind of see the squeezes, squeeze, down, squeeze, down. So, I mean, once it squeeze right here, major squeeze, down. So we could have played Apple probably a little bit better if we used the Bollinger Bands throughout the day. You can see the bigger volume here too. Volume, volume. Little green volume there, right? Nothing, no squeezes though. Squeeze, squeeze, volume. So anyway, this is Jeff signing off. Have a good night. Take care.